Hello YouTube, this is Neon. I'm going to be doing another episode of From Coping to Thriving with Life, in which I talk about my personal life and how I'm doing just that. These were supposed to be on, and then I take them off so it make me look intelligent. I'm going to be talking about how I make my body sponges last longer. And a disclaimer, check with your doctor before you try any advice that I'm giving. This is just me sharing what I do. So I take my body sponge, okay? I stick my body sponge in a Ziploc bag, okay? I take a solution of 1 part Clorox bleach, okay? A good bleach. I take 1 part Clorox bleach and 9 parts water, okay? Once I have my sponge inside my bag, I then put approximately 3 or 4 ounces, maybe 2 ounces of this bleach solution into the bag with the body sponge. I then carefully squish out or squeeze out the air before sealing it, okay? So the amount of this bleach solution that I use will just depend on how much I need so that the body sponge is completely submerged in water, or completely not in water, in the bleach solution. So there's no air. I let it sit for about 15 minutes, and I usually set a timer. Then I take the body sponge out and I rinse it off thoroughly, okay? This solution of bleach is fairly strong. This sponge, I've done this twice, okay? So I've had this sponge now going on 3 months. This sponge had a whole bunch of these little tiny, like regular sponges inside of it, and most of them dissolved from the bleach. For some reason, the purple colored one, which is not really purple anymore, it's kind of off purplish, is the only one that survived. But it's a strong enough solution to where the regular sponge exposed to 15 minutes of this bleach solution will ultimately disintegrate. Okay, this little regular sponge right here. So, but the body sponge material does really well with it. So in terms of from coping to thriving with life, making things last longer is important to me. I'm on SSI. I'm on a very, very fixed limited income. So even buying a new one of these every month, like it said on the sponge, it said after a month, dispose. Dispose of this after a month. I don't have money for that. So I have to think out of the box. Even though this is just $1 plus tax, in LA, that's $1.10 or something like that. Being able to reuse this so far 3 times has saved me $2. And the cost of the bleach and the Ziploc baggie is another few pennies, right? Instead of spending another $1.10. So this is how I cope economically. I have to think outside the box. I have to make things last longer. The way I got this solution of 1 part Clorox bleach, 9 parts water, was from a series called Crime Scene Cleaners. These are people who clean up crime scenes in California, and it could be suicides, it could be people who died of natural causes and their body was discovered a long time later, or it could be people who was murdered. The narrator was saying that it was really shocking that bleach, a good home bleach like Clorox bleach, is one of the most common cleaners. It's not the only cleaner. They use many different kinds of cleaners, but that's one of the most common cleaners that's used. According to a Clorox infomercial, it is the cheapest disinfectant that you can buy on the market. For the price, it is the most effective disinfectant, the most effective, efficient disinfectant for the price. Clorox bleach, amazing. They said on this show, Crime Scene Cleaners, that concentration creates, again, 1 part Clorox bleach or 1 part good bleach, good strong bleach, 9 parts water, that it creates a mild acid that will kill almost any microbe. So if after a month this thing builds up that many microbes and there's a slight smell to it, and I just did this a few days ago, this smells like new. It only smells a little bit like the body wash that I use. Even in the real center of it, it smells fresh. So I'm confident with doing that. There's other things that I'm not able to afford, like toothbrushes. I will use bleach on my toothbrushes. This toothbrush, unfortunately, the base of the bristles is not white. With my other toothbrush, the base of the bristles were white. So I would dip it in bleach for, and I think I would use pure bleach for so much time. And the white base where the bristles went into the toothbrush would be brownish. It would change color to brown, and I would think, oh my God, it's teeming with microbes. When I would dip it in the bleach and let it sit in the bleach for a little while and pull it out, it would be completely white again. So clearly the bleach had killed whatever was creating that brown color. And I would do that once every 3 months or maybe once every 6 months, which is when they say you need to ditch your toothbrush and buy a new toothbrush. If I don't have money for that, I have to think outside the box to make things last longer. This might sound gross, but these toothpicks, same thing. I have to reuse these over and over. Y'all see how it's kind of worn out? Because I've been using this for days. With this, I clean it out thoroughly with hot water, and I have a sponge at the end of a little handle, and I scrape it really good. After that, I take rubbing alcohol, 70% rubbing alcohol. I pour that in my hand, and I go rub this really good, and I plug it into this little hole in the wall so that it's disinfected. And I've been doing that for years. I've never caught like infection in my teeth or anything like that. So I would never reuse that, not sterilizing it in some way. In this case, I use rubbing alcohol. For my toothbrushes, I've been a little lazy, so I don't use bleach anymore because I don't want to have to soak it. So I'll just pour rubbing alcohol all over the bristles of my toothbrush, perhaps a little bit up the base of the toothbrush, or this part, the shaft of the toothbrush, and then I'll let it set and let it dry normally. That's what I do. I can't tell you to do it. You can check with your doctor or whatever. But for me, for saving money and in an effort to make things last longer, I do that. I will reuse my razor blades, and then I dip it in rubbing alcohol. Very good. And then I let it dry normally. And I make sure this whole part is submerged. It's kind of tricky to do. I have to kind of do it like this. But that's thinking out of the box. That's doing what I need to do to make things that I really don't have money for, basic home necessities, last longer. So I thought I would share that with you. If you like this video, please not only subscribe, but hit the little bell symbol that's going to appear just to the right of the subscribe button after you hit the subscribe button. That will ensure that you get all notifications when I upload a new video. So like, subscribe, share, make a comment, watch a commercial, recommend my video to one of your friends. Would mean the world to me. Thank you. Best wishes.